Hello, BookTube. You know, just the other day, I realized that it's been a long time since I held my iPad close to my face, squinted my eyes, and said, "How can you possibly say that? That's the most nonsensical thing I've ever heard in my life." And you know why it's been so long since I said that? I just realized it today. Because the guys at Strip Cover Lit have been gone. They've been sick. They haven't been making videos. My blood pressure has been depressingly level. And in the spirit of wanting that to end as fast as possible, I'm doing a tag. It's a tag that Maya Good created because I'm not the only person feeling the lack of our book Yodas. It's the Strip Cover Lit Get Well Soon tag. I'm only sorry that I didn't notice it earlier because it's a very heartfelt thing, and it's based around categories of get well soon medication. So I thought it's very clever. The first one being NyQuil, and she actually quotes their immortal Jingo tag: the nighttime sniffling, sneezing, aching, coughing, stuffy head, fever, so you can rest medicine. And there isn't really a question involved in any of these. It's just what books can out that for you. And in this particular instance, I wanted to mention one that I just love, and that also, uh, keeping in mind that when you're sick, you don't often feel like reading. Uh, it also has a great video component, and that is The Life of Birds by David Attenborough. Now, the book is wonderful, but the BBC documentary, the multi-part documentary, The Life of Birds, is amazing, just amazing, and the two together are surely a, a Nyquil kind of thing, a Nyquil kind of arrangement. Next one is Robitussin. Hurts going down, but you feel better afterwards. I'm gonna have to take your word for that. I have a research file at Massachusetts General Hospital that's about a mile wide, and one of the things in that, as some of you who know me in real life will know, one of the things in that mile wide research file is that I have a strange metabolism, and over the counter medications of any kind have absolutely no effect on me whatsoever, whether it's analgesics or anything else. So, never taken Robitussin, wouldn't do me any good. If I did, I could go to Home Depot, buy a stack of rat poison cakes, and munch them right in front of you. No effect on me whatsoever. Might make me a little gassy. uh, uh, but there are books that definitely fit the description of hurts going down but feels good afterwards. And the one that I had in mind for now is Against the Day by Thomas Pynchon. His a gigantic novel of his that is brain hurting. But in the end, if you stick through it, through the just chunks of incunabula, you will get to a reading experience that just pays off. It delivers. Uh, so you feel better afterwards. You're glad that you read Against the Day, although it's not an easy read. Next one is Green Tea, warm, calm, and full of antioxidants. And since we're talking about the guys at Strip Cover Lit, how could I not suggest the romances of Debbie Macomber? In fact, I think I know exactly where you can lay your hands on some, right? Merely groan your way from your sick bed to the bookshelf of the significant other, and you'll find just what the cure for what ails you. Next one is Gumbo, about which Maya Good gives it the priceless line, "A million black grannies can't be wrong." I've only known in my life 3 black grandmothers, and they were never wrong about anything, so I fully believe it. And the characteristic of Gumbo that she brought up was it's long lasting. It's full of everything you need, and it goes on forever. You make a gigantic amount of it. And for this, since you're in bed and you're sick, I want to suggest War and Peace by Leo Tolstoy in a good, solid English translation, like Rosemary Edmonds or Constance Garnett. Don't try anything from anybody who's trying to make a point about the art of literature or the difficulty of Tolstoy. Just pick a translation that stresses the great rolling story of Tolstoy and talk about having everything in it. He leaves nothing out. Uh, The next one is Hot Toddy, the ultimate cure for the man cold. Whiskey, tea, honey, garlic, and cayenne pepper. Uh, I think meaning here that it's got spark, but also comfort and a little bit of everything. And for this, again, I'm going to go with a classic answer, something I've recommended on this channel many times before, in good weather and bad, and that is the Canterbury Tales by Geoffrey Chaucer. And there's a very good English version in modern English by Neville Coghill. It was a part of the Penguin Classics line forever and ever. If you find a modern English translation of the Canterbury Tales anywhere, it's almost certainly going to be a version of the Neville Coghill, and there's a reason for that. It's rock solid, and it will introduce you to the wonders of Chaucer if anything can. Uh, the next one is Big Warm Blanket, comforting, warm, and puts you right to sleep. And Maya Good had me right until the end of that. I, I, I don't have a book to recommend that puts you to sleep. I I love them intensely. They don't put me to sleep. Even the bad ones, even the boring ones, don't. So, uh, I don't have a book to recommend. Although I can certainly, in place of Big Warm Blanket, I can certainly recommend a dog, or two, or three. Many is the time in my life where I had no access to a blanket, but plenty of dogs, and I never was never cold. Uh, and then the last one, the last one, since you're in bed and you've been sick for a while and nothing else helps, there's always porn. And for this, well, if you're sick and you maybe are reevaluating some life choices, why not take a walk on the side of the porn street you perhaps don't visit as often as you should? I'll give you just three names. There's Alexi Wakefield, there's Marina Lander, and there's Savannah Brooks. Google any one of them and try some samples. It might get you out of bed. uh, and that's it. That is the strip cover lit get well soon tag. And I'm sincerely hoping that it takes, because I don't know how much longer I can go without my dose of coronary agita. And what's left to do here is to tag people, and I tag Adam at Memento Mori, I tag Jack, the Bibliophile, I tag A Scientist Reads, and since they're all gone for long stretches anyway, maybe they all need get well soon tags. A lot of that going around. Thank you, BookTube.